So, you're best friend with Keropi and suddenly you receive the quest Critter CHIC and you need to craft a bunch of furniture with catching tons of bugs. I'm going to go through where to find each of those bugs and how many you need of each to make this quest. First, for the critter chair, you will need 5 front hawk. You can find this critter in any time of day, south of the desert boot, on the shore of the oasis, so in those palm trees that you see next to the lake. For the critter sofa, you will need 15 phantom flutterby, and you will find this butterfly on the graveyard in the spooky swamp in evening and night. Then you will need 3 blue berry fly, and this butterfly is found at all time of day in the resort gate area near Chococat. Then you will need 3 fume fly, and this butterfly you can find at all times of day in the area between the Mount Hothead and the hot springs around the area of the entrance of the Red Hot Rampage minigame. Then for the critter dining table, you will need 10 geyser crab. You can find these at all times of day at the ground level, like the beach level at Mount Hothead close to the pier. And then 3 grubbles, and this one can be found in the hot springs, around the small ponds, and at all times of day. And then finally 3 tumblebugs, and you can find it in the morning, day and evening in a path that is between the donut pond and the plaza of Gemstone Mountain, and you need to be super fast to catch it. Then for the critter standing lamp, you will need 5 orchid globodies and 5 grassy globodies, and they are those kind of glowing bugs that you find in the top part of the spooky swamp where the train is. For the critter wallpaper, you will need 10 honey bandits, which is the bee that you find on the seaside resort when you take the path from the plaza on the left to go where the cabin is in between Hello Kitty and Tuxedo Sam's stores. And you can find them on morning, day and evening. And 25 blueberry fly, like we said, that are all time of day near Chococat. For the critter flooring, you will need 5 more tumblebugs, that we said is on Gemstone Mountain. For the critter bookshelf, you will need 5 eruptoads that you can find in the morning and night in the caldera, and then also 40 lily frogs. And you can find those in the small ponds south of the nature preserve in the spooky swamp in the morning, day and night. For the critter armchair, you will need 10 sun slimes. You can find these on the beaches of the seaside resort in the morning, evening and night. And then 3 slugnauticas that you can find in the trench in the morning and night, in between the 2 bigger islands in the Rainbow Reef. And you will need your bubble wand to catch it. And also 3 stony sluggers that you can find in the crystal caves running around in the main areas at all time of day. For the critter mirror, you will need 10 rockadoodlers, and they will be randomly walking around Gemstone Town close to Peckle. For the critter side table, you will need 5 swampy snappers that you can find in the morning, evening and night on the beach pathway in between the spooky swamp and the Rainbow Reef. And then 3 dream shell drifters. You can find it at day, evening and night in the western part of the trench above the kelp maze. And you will need your bubble wand to catch it. And finally 3 sunset scooters. And you can find this turtle on the beaches south of Gemstone Mountain during the day or the evening. To make the critter bed, you will need 15 scarlet scuttlers. And you can find them during day and evening on the Dune Lagoon. This is the area in between Gemstone Mountain and the spooky swamp. And then 3 crustaceans. And you can find it around the comedy club underwater at any time of day, and you will need the bubble wand to catch it. And finally 3 castle crabs. You can find this crab on the south beach of the seaside resort in the morning, evening and daytime. For the critter dresser, you will need 10 lady beans. and you can find it in the left and right entrances of the temple ruins, in the middle of Mount Hothead, in the morning and night. And for the critter ottoman, you will need 5 wooloxes, and you will find it only in the morning on Icy Peak. And if you want a critter to respawn more often, it's easier to come back in the map. So either use a mailbox to teleport back in the area, or just enter a building and come out, and it will make the critters respawn faster. Remember that bringing Keroppi with you can actually calm the bugs and actually get less chances of them disappear, so that will help you get the critters you need. And don't forget that you can actually customize those critter furniture with the furniture customization stand at My Sweet Piano, and it has super cool variations. So good luck. This is one of those super long best friend quests, but I hope that you knew about that and you started collecting bugs early, and you only have a few left to catch, hopefully. And if you're also struggling with Hello Kitty's best friend quest to make all the red flowers for the bows, I have put a video here that will help you. See you there, and remember, everybody can play cozy. Bye bye!